Hello dear children, today we are going to learn the lesson 2 fables. There are 2 fables and in this session we are going to learn the first fable out of these 2. The name of that fable is Two Friends and the Bear. Before going to the lesson, before going to the story, we will first understand what is mean by the word fable. We will understand the meaning of this word first. Let's learn what is mean by fable. Fable is a story, no doubt. But what kind of story it is? Fable is a very short story. You might have read, you might have learned, you might have listened. Different kinds of stories. Some stories are long, some stories are short, and this fable is a very short story. Understand? First feature of the fable, that is fable is a short story. Now the next feature of the fable is characters in the fables are animals or inanimated thing. Let's understand this concept. The characters, whichever characters introduced in that fable are animals or inanimated thing. Now what is mean by this inanimated things? On TV you people might have watched the cartoon program, that is Samosa's cartoon program. That name of that cartoon program is simple Samosa, and the characters are Samosa, Jalebi. These are the characters. These characters are called inanimated things. These are the inanimated things, and in that cartoon program what it has been shown, that these characters are speaking. In the fable itself, animals and these inanimated things could speak. I will give now I will give you an example of the inanimated character. Tree could be an inanimated character. I hope you understand. Fable is a very short story, not very long story. It's a short story. And which characters are used in the fable? That are animals or inanimated things. Now the next feature of the fable is fable ends with a message. Fable gives us some moral, teach us some moral which will help us to live in the society, which teach us how one should live, how one should behave in the society. That is what fable is called. I hope you understand. See, once again I will tell you, fable is a very short story and the characters in the fables are animals and inanimated things, and that could speak. And another important feature about the fable is fable gives us message or moral. Now these 2 fables are written by Aesop. Who has written these 2 fable story? That is written by Aesop. Now who is this Aesop? Let's learn about the Aesop. See, Aesop was a Greek storyteller. Aesop was a Greek storyteller, and it is believed that he have been lived in the ancient Greek, and he was lived between 620 to 564 BCE. What I said? I said BCE. Now what is mean by this BCE? The Aesop have been lived between 620 to 564 BCE. BCE means what? Before Christ era. That is mean Isvi San Purva. In Marathi we say Isvi San Purva. See, Aesop was a great storyteller. Why I said Aesop was a great storyteller? See, for too many years ago he lived here, but till now we are listening, we are learning, we are reading his story with the same interest and with the same curiosity, and that is why Aesop was a great storyteller. See, Aesop's stories were told and retold in many countries according to their own conditions. See what I said? Let's understand the meaning of this phrase, according to their own local condition. What does it mean by suppose? Suppose I am telling a story to you, and in that story I mention the month of the December. While mentioning the month of December, what I said, in the month of the December there was too much cold. I didn't say snow is falling in the month of the December. Why? Because snow do not fall in our area. What happened in our area? In our area it was cold season. It was a winter season, and that is why I have adapted this story according to our area. Instead of saying snow was falling, what I said? I said there was cold. I hope you understand this one. I hope you understand the fable. What is meant by fable is a short story with animal or inanimated things as a characters and gives a message to us. And about the Aesop you must have understand. Now let's proceed to our Now let's learn the story, the two friends and the bear. What happened in this story? Two friends were traveling through a wood. Wood means what here? Wood means jungle or forest. There were two friends and they were traveling through the wood. How many friends are there? There are two friends. And they were traveling through the wood. What were they doing? They were traveling through a wood. Wood means what? Just now I have told you, wood means what? Wood means jungle or forest, we can say. And suddenly they came across the bear. See the situation. They were traveling through the wood, and as we all know, in the wood animals lived, and it is quite possibility that we came across such a wild animals. And what happened? They came across the bear. You have seen the bear. Bear is such a huge and dreadful animal. Just imagine you are traveling and bear is in front of you. How will you feel? Just imagine. Now what happened next? That two friends are traveling. Bear is in front of them. What is happening next? What happened? The bear saw the two friends, and at the same time two friends saw the bear. Now see, bear saw that those two friends, and two friends also saw the bear. They got too much scared at this situation. One of the friends was good at climbing the tree, and see what he did? Without thinking about his friend, what he did, he was good at climbing, no, and that is why he just caught hold of the branch and hid himself in the leaves. See how selfish this friend is. He deserted his friend in front of the dreadful bear, and what he did, he caught hold of the branch and hid himself. What is mean by hid here? Hid is the past tense of hide. He hid himself in the leaves. See how selfish that friend was. He didn't think about his friend. What will his friend do? That dreadful animal is in front of him. He don't know how to climb. And what that selfish friend do? He just saved his life. He didn't think about his friend. Is this a good thing? No, this is not a good thing. Now this poor fellow, what he did? Let's see. Now this man who was in front of the bear, he did not know. At first he panicked, so much he panicked. He did not know what to do. But as he saw his friend has saved his life, his friend has escaped from here, he thought that I have to do something to save my life all by myself. Now there is no one to save my life. The thought came in his mind that I have to save myself own. And he was a good guy. He has a good sense of presence, and that is why suddenly it clicked. And what it clicked? Suddenly he remembered somewhere or somebody has told him that bear did not bother the dead animals. And he decided something. And what he did, he threw himself in the dust, his face in the dust, and he threw himself on the ground in the position as his face in the dust. Now what happened? Bear is coming to him. Just imagine the situation, how dreadful that animal is, and he is coming to us. Bear is coming to him. Now what did bear do? Bear come to that man. He put his muzzle. Now let's understand the meaning of this word muzzle. Muzzle means a protecting part of the face of the animal, that it called muzzle. He put his muzzle on at the ear of that man, and sniffed. What he did, he sniffed. Sniffed means what? Sniffed means to inhale the breath. In Marathi we say वास घेणे किंवा हुंगणे. He sniffed. At that time, what that man do? He was very much scared, but he didn't move any part of his body. He held his breath. Because if the bear could know that man is alive, he could have been in danger. And that is why what he did, he held his breath. Why? Just to pretend that he is dead. He wanted to show that bear that he is dead, and for that purpose he held his breath, and he didn't move any part of his body. The bear shook his head and slouched off. Now slouched off means what? Have you ever seen the bear, how it's walk? It's slouch like this. Slouching means what? Bending the shoulder, and that is what it is called, slouch. The bear slouched off. The bear went away. Now this friend who has hid himself in the leaves came down. How must he have felt? Instead of feeling sorry for his friend, instead of showing any compassion to his friend, what he did, you know what he did? He was laughing, and for the teasing purpose he asked. See how selfish friend this is? Instead of showing any compassion, instead of saying sorry to his friend, he was laughing at his friend, and he teasing his friend. And for the teasing purpose, what he said, what was that Mr. Brune whispered in your ears? See, Mr. Brune means what? Mr. Brune means bear. In local English language, we call Mr. Brune as a bear. See what he said. What was that bear whispered in your ears? Whispered kuzbuzane. What he said to you? What did advice he give to you? In such a way he was asking. And now this man who has saved his life from that dreadful animal know his friend very well, and he said, the bear said to me, never trust a friend who desert you at a pinch, means who leave you alone in the danger. So never trust such a kind of friends. That is what the bear say. Now this man understand how my friend is. What he did, he leave him in the danger and save his own life. What moral we learn from this story? We learn from the story, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The friend who helps us in the danger, in the critical situation, is the real friend of ours. And we also have to help our friend. If our friend is in danger, we also have to help our friend. I hope you understand this story. Now let's see the same story in an animated way. Let's learn the story Two Friends and the Bear. Two friends were traveling together through a wood. Wood means jungle. There are two friends and they are traveling together in the forest. Suddenly they came across a bear. The bear saw the travelers and rushed upon them. See, in this picture you can see the bear which is rushing towards the friend. One of the traveler was good at climbing the trees. Without waiting for his friend, he caught hold of the branch of the nearby tree and hid himself among the leaves. Now, this other did not know what to do, but somewhere he had heard that the bear do not bother with the dead animals. So he threw himself flat down upon the ground with his face in the dust. Now see what is happening next. The bear coming up to him put his muzzle close to his ear and snipped, but the man lay very quietly on the ground and did not even breathe. At last, with a growl, it shook his head and slouched off. See, in this picture, man is lying and the bear is sniffing. Then the fellow in the tree came down to his comrade and laughingly and said, "What was that Master Bruin whisper to you?" "He told me," said the other, "never trust a friend who deserts you at the pinch." Now let's understand the difficult words from the story. Bruin. Bruin is an English folk term for brown bear. Then comrade. Comrade means friend or companion. Muzzle. Muzzle is the protecting part of the face of an animal. Next word is wood. Wood means forest. To sniff. To sniff means to inhale through the nose. Next word is to rush upon, to move forward. Next word is to desert. To desert means to leave behind. Last word is at pinch. At pinch means what? In an emergency. Now it's time to give you the homework. Your homework is you have to write the answer of this question, and the questions are: did the bear really whisper to the traveler? Now next question is, what is the moral of the story? This is your next question. In the fable we have learned that fable always end with the moral, and this story also end with the moral, and your question is, what is the moral of this story? Use the phrases in your own sentence. Just now I have shown you the difficult words and phrases. What you have to do, you have to use these phrases and these new words into your own sentence. I hope you understand this story. Do read this story again and enjoy the story. Thank you.